jump to with
You want
the
me to
case
move?
suggestion?
Do you want me to
Please,
back there?
Richard.
Okay.
We're gonna have Zach Lewis. We're gonna bump forward.
Can I bring one thing up in between though? First, this is a map that shows illegal dumping around our district. If you would just, we'll pass it around the table, go to your neighborhood, draw little boxes like Richard did, showing where the apartment buildings and the condos are, looking for multi-family dwellings on this. So if you know of any, just mark them out.
How many multifamily? 4 or more?
4 or more. Use your judgment. You know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Illegal dumping as far as where you've seen it happen, or you're saying?
Yes, right.
Yeah, well, these are the ones that were reported. So we're looking for more. We want to know where are the concentrations of families. Because that's where most of the dumping comes from.
Well, because we have sometimes they're doing stuff at the library.
Make them up.
Okay.
Okay, we'd like to welcome, really quick, we'd like to welcome Councilmember Perales for attending. He's back there, hiding. And now we'd like to welcome Zach Lewis from Garden to Table.
Sure. I have a few cards up here. I have more. If anybody what's up? I didn't bring presentation. Dee invited me like a week ago to give some updates.
Yes.
And so I'm here to do that, but I'm just here to talk. Nothing else. I'm in the blue light now. I recognize most people here, but very briefly, my name is Zach Lewis. I work for Garden to Table Silicon Valley. We're an urban agriculture nonprofit in downtown San Jose. We're all about building a better food system for everybody downtown. So the last time I was here, I was talking about the Urban Agriculture Incentive Zone Ordinance, with which Raul Perales is actually helping to make a big issue with the city. And we were waiting on this letter from the State Department, Housing and Community Development. This was a letter that would basically tell the city that there's no conflict between an urban agriculture incentive zone and a housing element inventory. That was a big holdup because housing is a big issue and we all want to do this the right way. Well, it came in on April 29th. So we're really excited. That kind of removed the last barrier. And so we're very hopeful that we can get something going on in the next couple of months. For those of you, just a brief reminder, Urban Agriculture Incentives and Ordinance is a property tax incentive to take a vacant piece of land that isn't going to be used for the next 5 to 10 years and then turn it into an urban ag project. We have 3 to 4 different people that actually want to build them. We've identified some pieces of land, so in the next year we might have like 3 to 4 new urban ag projects built in San Jose, some of them downtown. So it's really exciting, and if you like the premise of this law, if you want more local food grown near you, there might be community gardens that get built if you want to grow your own food. I encourage you to write a letter of support. We have letters of support templates. Happy to answer any questions on that in a moment. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And because it just opened up, I have to talk about our farm. So we have a downtown farm, which is a classic example of what an urban agriculture incentive zone can do. That we have Barry Swinson gave us a 1-acre lot. It's about 2 miles north of here. It's been operating for 2.5 years. We just opened up our farm stand. So if you're looking for fresh local eggs, local fruit, honey, locally roasted coffee, delicious vegetables, flowers, we got it there every Saturday 10 to 1. I highly encourage you all to come. We also have a bee workshop this weekend, so if you're looking to learn how to take care of bees, we have an expert beekeeper that's going to be teaching a workshop, and we're going to have a workshop every last Saturday of the month. This one's different because it's Memorial Day weekend, last Saturday, and
Is there a cost on the bee?
I'm sorry, next weekend is Memorial Day,
Oh.
which is why we're having it this way. Didn't mean to cause consternation.
Is there a cost for the beekeeper workshop?
No cost. So the workshops are free to the public, and it's really beautiful and great. I mean, the farm is looking stunning right now. This is like the magical time of year where all the spring and summer crops have been planted. They're bursting out of the soil. Everything looks amazing. So y'all should come.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you need to wear or bring to a beekeeping workshop?
So you don't need, I would wear closed-toed shoes because it is a farm, and I would encourage that. But beyond that, you just dress so you normally dress. Totally fine. It might rain a little bit on Saturday, so I don't know. It's going to be cool, so wear a sweater. Yeah.
The location is over there.
So we are located next to the Citibank on 200 West Taylor Street. It's kind of along the Guadalupe frontage road next to the freeway. We're kind of hidden. Like the Guadalupe freeway overpass and the Taylor Street overpass kind of block us, which is both a pro and a con. That's why we have the farm, right? It's like this weird parcel that got left over when they built the Guadalupe freeway, and it sat vacant for 50 years. And so It's a beautiful piece of land.
Where should people park?
I was just thinking that.
So there is parking under the Taylor Street Bridge. There's a link on our website, gardentable.org/directions. That's with the number 2 as well. And I have the website's also on my card. Yeah.
You send like monthly reminders about
We have a
what's
newsletter.
happening?
So we have a
Like an
newsletter that we
email?
put out. Yeah, we have a newsletter, so you can sign up on our website, or I mean, you can email me directly. I can add you. And we also do lots of social media on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, Nextdoor as well. And we put out as much communication as we can.
Amazing
Can we
videos.
sign
Thank
some? Can we write something down now and give it to you after the meeting or something like that? Like
Sure.
paper?
Yeah, that would be
Your list?
awesome.
Yeah.
I should have brought a newsletter, so I didn't think about
Well,
it. You can have this too.
yeah, but
The first taker.
let me know.
The last thing that I'll mention is that we also have a neighborhood harvest program. We pick fruit from trees all over central San Jose. Most of it goes to local food banks, but thanks to a new law that passed at the beginning of the year, we're actually able to sell some of that to some low-income corner stores as well. It's a really wonderful program. We're starting to look towards the summer. So if you or a neighbor has a stone fruit tree that you can't eat all of it, or if you're having a hard time picking it all, we will help. And we're only looking for people that don't actually have the ability to harvest or eat it all. Like if you're doing it yourself, enjoy it. Like we're just trying to make sure that everything gets eaten by somebody who will appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Any other questions about anything?
If somebody wants you to come and harvest their tree, how do just contact you?
You just give like
What?
so. There's like an info, like there's like a contact form on our website. Everybody in the organization sees it, and we would route you to the harvest manager. You'd get an email within 2 days, and we set up.
Get them out there.
Yeah.
Good question.
Do you have a, like a, I don't know, a card or something where we could use to pass to our neighbors? 'Cause I know
Yes.
of several neighbors
Oh, yeah.
that have trees that, and they may not know, so something we can give them and say, hey, you know, don't let this go to waste here, please contact Garden Table.
Absolutely. I have tons of materials. I didn't bring. I'm so
If you
terrible.
could-
I don't bring anything.
Yeah, if you could get those to me, I can bring them to the next CLC.
Awesome.
And then
Okay.
and we can all take them with us, and I know all of us have to know some neighbors that have trees that fruit is just falling off of it, you know, every
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah.
it'd be great if we could get them, you know,
Yeah.
to
That would
not-
be
not
amazing.
have that go to waste.
That would be amazing. And the hope of this program, and the more interest and the more people get involved, we're trying to train neighborhood harvest leaders now. And then eventually, people can actually sell this fruit. So I would love to, over time, develop like an entrepreneurial track for residents in the neighborhoods that we live in to maybe have a little bit of extra income on the side. Yeah.
Curious, does your organization have any interest with loquats? You see
Yes,
loquats
we do.
everywhere.
Loquats are tough. Like they're hard to harvest, and they
Yeah.
have no shelf life. So
Yeah,
like
that's
none.
They're a mess.
So we actually, Second Story Bake Shop, like across the street here, I don't know if they ended up selling it, but they bought some loquats to do a trial loquat baking experiment. I don't remember I didn't ever heard what happened with it, so.
You just see a lot of sidewalks living.
I know, I mean, we want to, they're a really hard tree to pick, and like I said, it's the distribution issue, because usually we harvest on Saturdays, and most food banks and like places that we would deliver to aren't open. So like we have to hold the fruit for a few days, and within that window it goes bad. So, but yes, we are interested. It's more of a how do we get it to market immediately, and that's like kind of the next step. And so we're learning a lot about distribution right now. It's hard.
Zach, is there one or two things that that you need our help right now? Maybe some of your priorities?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that the first thing I started with, so like if people like the idea of having more urban agriculture projects in San Jose, I would encourage you to write Raul and Harry Freitas and the planning department and be like, hey, we would love to see more projects in the city. We have funding lined up with the Open Space Authority. They actually want to help build these projects. Garden Table is here to provide technical assistance, so like there's a lot of regulations and health code stuff that you need to know. We're going to walk each project through that, and then we have people that actually want to build it. So we just need to get the law passed, so every single person that says they want this to happen, that makes it that much more likely that it gets passed this year. So that would be a huge help. And then the fruit tree thing. Oh, and the farm thing. Got a lot of stuff.
Are you seeing an increase of requests in neighborhoods for local community gardens, like?
All the time.
All
So,
the time.
the wait list in San Jose is over 500 people for the community gardens, and that number, there's no substantial change. This is an opportunity to try to address that issue to some extent. But the more urban ag projects that we get built, I think it could spur others still, because there's tons of vacant land all over the area. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of development, there's going to be a lot of homes and new businesses built. I did my research on this in 2012, and there was 7,000 acres of vacant land at that time. I know that number has come down a lot, and it will come down even more in the next 5 to 10 years. But not all of it's going to get built, and there's a huge opportunity to get more stuff going for everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Since downtown's getting denser and denser, are you looking to have gardens on roofs?
It would be tough. So, like, people ask me about this all the time. Rooftop gardening is really popular in the Northeast, and that's where they have snow. So the roofs are
New York
built
City,
for engineering for snow load, and that makes it accommodating to an urban rooftop garden. I have heard of new projects. Somebody sent me something the other day, like the Alameda or Oakland area, I believe. There's a new development proposal with a brand new building that will have a rooftop garden, but it's designed with that in mind. I don't know what the landscape is like that here, but it's a brilliant idea. It's just a matter of the engineering. So that's another level. It'll also be probably need to have a policy trigger to enable such a development to take place, because if there are, you have a wet surface that just like stays wet on the roof perpetually, that could lead to problems unless the engineering is sound. So, but yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, there is land around that isn't going to be used for the short term, and so our focus right there is just to see if we can get that going first. Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions? Any more questions for Zach?
Cool. Well,
Thank
for
you.
inviting me.
Yes,
Well,
thank you for the update.
I will add you to the list.
Okay,
All right.
email me so I know what's happening.
I'll take some of your cards and
Probably go.
Well, I have more too.
So there's workshops?
I'm terrible at.
Thank you.
Let me go once one.
Well, this one got rid on.
Thank you.
Cool.
Here, anybody else? May I?
Don't jump at once. It's okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody.
Zach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.